Hi, so today we'll be talking about raising your frequency and being more aware. So, you see, when we meditate, for example, I meditate or you meditate for 5 minutes and then you open your eyes, if you have this sensation of calmness, you feel calm, you feel great, and then it wears off after a few minutes and you feel like what you felt before you meditated. It happens, right? It's like eating a food, when you're hungry, when you eat little food, you're only little satisfied with that. It's the same with it. When you meditate for 1 hour, then the effect might last for longer than when you've meditated for 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes. So my point here is that those are short term methods to increase your frequency, because we are always looking for a shortcut thing to have longer effects, right? We want to meditate for 5 minutes and then we want to raise our frequency up, very up. That's not going to be possible, and you have to know that. But there are other things which might help you, and that is what I'm going to say today. So it doesn't mean that meditation is not good and all. No, you just have to keep on doing every day. It's like meditating for 5 minutes is like going to a gym and just lifting up a dumbbell and you want a bigger bicep like a bodybuilder. No, that's not going to happen, and you know that too. So now what can you do is to have this to raise your awareness, to raise your frequency, is to be authentic. I've been telling this in almost every video of mine, that we have to be authentic. Now, the first thing to be authentic is to know oneself. Who am I? Rather than asking others and trying to know yourself from the other people, the best thing you can do is by knowing it yourself. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Just dwell on it. And then the second thing is that being true to oneself, never lying to yourself. You might lie to the world, but you never lie to yourself. You cannot do that. Never do that. You go out, put this mask, smiling face mask all around the world. Hi, you're that charming, charismatic person in your workplace or wherever you go. Everyone like, he's so happy, always happy. But then when you come home, you're that sad guy, depressed, right? So stop wearing that mask. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't never lie to yourself. Be true to yourself, because everything starts from within. When you understand this, I don't even need to explain it to them. When you know this, you know this. So now, being authentic. Okay, I'll give you a practice, right? Which I personally do and which has helped me, and I know which is gonna help to other people if you're being sincere with it. So now what I do is, like, imagine your emotions as this river, water flowing, and down there's a village. Your village is, for example, your inner space. Imagine the village inside you is that inner place, and there's the water upcoming from, there's this river. And when you're angry or when you are out of your personal space, then the flow of river just gets higher. That means the water is now getting higher, and when it comes higher, you have built a dam, because you know that you cannot get angry always wherever you want to. You're very angry. You're at your workplace and your boss scolds you, or somebody else who's on your higher than you scolds you at the workplace, then you cannot be angry at him or her, because if you do, you have the risk of losing a job or whatever. It applies with almost everything, right? So, and that happens, right? You cannot get angry. Now what you do, you build a dam. That water force is coming and you're just holding it off. You're holding it off. And then when you go to home or some place where you can pour it down, you just pour it down, or you just don't. You just hold that dam, that water off from that dam. You keep on holding, and one day a small, a little bit of force of water comes and it's broken. And when it's broken, the dam's broken, the inner village, which was so secured, that inner thing, like I mean to say inner child or whatever you want, take as a reference, that gets all destroyed, overwhelmed by the water. Now what I do is I've went through a great length to explain you what it means. Now what I do is, or you can do is, now when that emotions are coming, whether it be anger or jealousy, that emotion, you can, instead of holding on to that emotion, you can transmute that, right? You can always do that. So water is coming, water is flowing. First of all, know yourself, be aware. Okay, now water is coming, right? The flow of water, the intensity. Now I'm being angry. I'll give you an anger example. Okay, now I'm being angry. Be aware about it. Now what can you do? Do you want to be angry? No. Be aware about it. And then don't hold on to it. Transmute that anger into a different place, right? For example, I'll give you this visual example. So the water is coming from here upright, and there's a dam. Now you don't hold on to that dam. You draw a line here, you draw a line, you draw a line. It's like the water which is coming, it goes into 3 places. It is equally distributed, so that the water which you've been holding off into the dam or the force, now it can go, it is transmuted, that energy is transmuted into a different space, and in that village the water can be reached out to people or to inner self in another form too, because now you have transmuted that energy, whatever energy it is, you have transmuted it, and now that energy reaches to the people for its daily needs on the village, for this and that. Now I've told you story or metaphor about how we can transmute our energy, and I hope this really helps everyone out there who's on this journey, or even if you're not. I hope this really helps you to understand yourself. Please never lie to yourself. Be true to yourself. Be your authentic self, and stay happy, and choose peace of mind over happiness. Thank you. Until next time.